Good morning, Diet Rebel Scum and Diet Rebel Scum Curious. I am about 4 miles in. Sorry, I'm at an intersection. Okay, sorry. I'm 4 miles in to my 4.5 miles into my roughly 11-mile route to work by bicycle. I haven't checked in a few days. Let me tell you what, it was an exhausting last day of my motorcycle trip. It was a great success in some ways, but the last day went awry. So I'll tell you about that. And I didn't chime in for a few days. It was just a recovery. But I had mechanical trouble on my last day. But when everybody was leaving Red River, New Mexico, I ate almost 2 pounds. Here was a great success. This was pretty cool about keto, carnivore, ketovore, whatever it is you're doing or curious about. But I had bought a bunch of meat and eggs for the refrigerator, and that's all I was going to eat. I didn't eat at any restaurants in the touristy ski town we were in, Red River. And so I cooked all my meals, but the last day had quite a bit left over. Had a bunch of Kerrygold butter, bacon, eggs, and beef that I bought. Hopefully the wind noise isn't too bad here as I change directions. And my plan was to camp that night. It's a few hours back from Red River to part way I was going to camp, and I did at Conscious Lake State Park in New Mexico. So I was still in New Mexico, and all was fine. Except I had a little trouble where at one of the scenic turnouts, as I was on my way to Conscious Lake, my motorcycle didn't start right away. That's odd. It ended up being a fuel pump that was dying that I found out later in the day. But anyway, so I had a little trouble starting, but it did start after a few attempts at hitting the start button. But anyway, I was not hungry or anything that day. This would be Sunday, last Sunday. And got to Conscious Lake, and all I had eaten that was early that morning, all this meat, probably 2 pounds total. And a mix of bacon, eggs, and beef. So I was finishing it all up. So I did finish everything except for the butter, and my sister took that home in a cooler. So nothing went to waste, nothing was left behind. But anyway, so back to my deal. I was totally fine having a completely carnivore day, and I did to Conscious Lake, and then that was pretty much a grand success because that was like a 24-hour fast because I just had black coffee that night, did on my camp stove, slept in my tent, got up the next morning, made coffee, packed up, then started heading home. Now this is where it goes awry. Thanks. Sorry, another intersection. But here's where it goes awry. Elk City, about 100, somewhere around, it was still just into Texas, just into Oklahoma from the Texas Panhandle. And Elk City, I stopped. I was looking for a coffee shop. I was gonna have just a cup of coffee and rest for a bit because I'd been going like a bat out of hell on the interstate for so long. And when I stopped there, my motorcycle died actually at an intersection. It quit before I found the coffee shop. And nice that it was a motorcycle because I was able to push it out of the way. So I pushed it into a parking lot that I was right next to. And oh my God, it didn't start. For like it felt like a couple of hours, but I was making good time that day. I was going to be home with lots of daylight left, but this was now, I couldn't get it started. So here's where, after a beautiful over 24-hour fast that I had done and was on into surpassing that, oh, nice pit bull. Hi there. So, yeah, he was fine. or she. Anyway, so while waiting, at that time, I still didn't know if it was fuel pump or not. I thought maybe it was just overheating because it was hot. It was like 90 degrees, full sun, kind of humid in Oklahoma. And so it's very uncomfortable. So I thought, well, maybe it's just cold. So that's where right across the street from me, where I was kind of stranded, was it's kind of like a independent type of thing, like a Sonic here in the United States is in the middle of the United States. I don't know how far Sonic reaches, but it's a nice place. You can get hot dog, ice cream, one of those kind of like small restaurants. Anyway, it had a walk-up window. So I got a vanilla milkshake. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna have a sugar ice cream indulgence while I watch my motorcycle, because I was afraid of it getting stolen or tampered with, because all my stuff's on it. All my camping gear. All my camping gear and everything is on it. So I have to keep it in sight. So that was just right across the street. So I'm sitting there waiting, and finally I get it started. And I call off I notify my family, hey, I got my motorcycle started. I'm gonna keep going and see how far I make it. Don't do anything unless I call. So I made it to, I was getting really low on gas, and I made it to just south of Winoka on Interstate 40. I was about 1 hour away from my home, but I was about to run out of gas, so I had to stop and get gas. And you can't get the gas tank open without the ignition key, which means I have to shut the engine off. I can't put gas in while it's running so that it doesn't not start on me. I know, my God. So I had to make this decision. Do I try to make it home, or do I stop? Because at this place I stopped, if I'm going to be stranded, it's the best place. It's open 24 hours, like a truck stop, has a restaurant next to it that we used to go to back in the 80s when we used to travel through there. So I was like, okay, it's the Cherokee Trading Post just south of Watonga. Anyway, so I stopped there, fill up the tank with gas, and of course it doesn't start, just like before. I have to push it over into the restaurant parking lot to get it away from the gas pump. And I went in. This is where my second carb bad deal. So I went, and they have buffalo burgers at that Cherokee Trading Post. So I had myself buffalo burger. Now the bad thing is I ate the bun, and it came with French fries, and I ate the fries. So that was kind of I was resting, watching my motorcycle while waiting for it to cool off and whatever, and just kind of bide my time, hoping that it'll start when I go out and start it after it hasn't had to do anything. And anyway, well, I hope this wind noise isn't ruining my video. So I had hamburger and fries on my way home with the bun and the fries. I hadn't eaten a full serving of French fries in a long time. So I did that I didn't need it. I wasn't starving yet, but what I didn't know is how long I was gonna be there. And I already paid for it, you know. So it's just one of those, to hell with it. I've got another concern, is how am I gonna get my motorcycle home when, you know. So I had other things, so I just went ahead and ate the fries and the bun with it. And so that's my accountability buddy check-in. It was great. Did a over 24-hour fast, but then the last day, through sheer just half disaster, I made it home without having a tow, and so it ended all good. But now I got to put a new fuel pump in my motorcycle. before I take it anywhere, because it's not going to start. Anyway, that's it. That's my update for right now. We'll check in later. All right, see ya.